Happy Thursday. We are on our second half of the week, so I hope that you are working hard so that you are finishing up your lessons so that you're going to be able to enjoy your Saturday and Sunday work free. So that is your goal. Make sure that you're catching up on any work that maybe you have pushed from another day, so you're able to have a couple days off to kind of recharge yourself. Today, don't forget that you have science again. We are going to be working on learning about behaviors and instincts as you read your new lesson. Remember, when you are reading your lesson, your goal is to be taking notes on your new vocabulary that's being introduced, so you can use it for your vocabulary check. You have those 2 attempts to do your very best, so remember to try to really understand what the vocabulary is and their definitions, so you don't necessarily need to do it twice. But the highest score is the one that sticks and counts into the great book. Today also, in writing, you're filming your animal presentation using the research that you have done through your writing assignments since Monday. Make sure that you remember that you are filming yourself. You can do it right in Schoology, and this is where you are going to the folder that's underneath the Friday folder to upload into that discussion, because tomorrow in our writing activity, you are going to have your classmates comment on the video presentations of your research. So this is helping us practice our viewing and speaking skills that you would have done if we were in the classroom. We would have done this in a speech form instead. Also, make sure that you are really looking at your podcast notes of what the focus is, what questions that I'm asking you to record, to make sure that you're showing that you're listening to those. And then we have been reading The One and Only Ivan since yesterday. So today will be your first quick quiz. Make sure that you have listened to yesterday's read aloud and today's before you take that quick quiz. All right, our book today is called The Lotus Seed. My grandmother saw the emperor cry the day he lost his golden dragon throne. She wanted something to remember him by, so she snuck down to the silent palace near the river of perfumes and plucked a seed from a lotus pond that rattled in the imperial garden. She hid the seed in a special place under the family altar, wrapped in a piece of silk from the udai she wore that day. Whenever she felt sad or lonely, she took out the seed and thought of the brave young emperor. And when she married a young man chosen by her parents, she carried the seed inside her pocket for good luck, long life, and many children. When her husband marched off to war, she raised her children alone. One day, bombs fell all around and soldiers clamored door to door. She took the time to grab a seed, but left her mother of pearl hair combs lying on the floor. One terrible day, her family scrambled into a crowded boat and set out on a stormy sea. Bai watched the mountains and the waving palms slowly fade away. She held the seed in her shaking fingers and silently said goodbye. She arrived in a strange new land with blinking lights and speeding cars and towering buildings that scraped the sky, and a language she didn't understand. She worked many years, day and night, and so did her children and her sisters and her cousins too, living together in one big house. Last summer, my little brother found the special seed and asked questions again and again. He'd never seen a lotus bloom or an emperor on a golden dragon throne. So one night, he stole the seed from beneath the family altar and planted it in a pool of mud somewhere near Bai's onion patch. Bai cried and cried when she found out the seed was gone. She didn't eat, she didn't sleep, and my silly brother forgot what spot of earth held the seed. Then one day in spring, my grandmother shouted and we all ran to the garden and saw a beautiful pink lotus unfurling its petals so creamy and white. It is the flower of life and hope, my grandmother said. No matter how ugly the mud or how long the seed lies dormant, The bloom will be beautiful. It is the flower of my country. When the lotus blossom faded and turned into a pod, Bai gave each of her grandchildren a seed to remember her by, and she kept one for herself to remember the emperor by. I wrapped my seed in a piece of silk and hid it in a secret place. Someday I will plant it and give the seeds to my own children and tell them about the day my grandmother saw the emperor cry. The end. So I love that story of passing down something that brings back our memories of someone or a place that brings us comfort. So in the comments today, I want you to recall and to record one item that you have at your house that you would love to hold on to and be able to pass on to your children or someone that you love later in life so they remember you by. All right, guys, have a great Thursday. I'll see you later.